Welcome to Grown and Social. I am your man Beatbox, and we are here today with Clint,
What's up, America?
with Jenny J,
Hey, America.
and with Lynnette.
Hey, hey, hey.
All right, thanks everybody for being here tonight. Again, uh, we want to remind everyone that if you're watching this replay on TikTok, please be sure to click on the link in the bio. There you can find our YouTube link where we stream every Friday night at 10 p.m. Rain, sleet, or snow. We're also available via podcast. So if you can't catch us live and you can't watch, you can listen to us, and all of our podcast streaming platforms are in the description as well. Also, like to remind you, take a second out your day, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell if you want to get a notification whenever we go live on Friday night. It doesn't cost you a single penny to hit that subscribe button, so please, if you will, please hit it for us. Tonight, we'll be discussing cheating. Is it a deal breaker? Do you stay or do you go? So, we've all heard the stories, seen the headlines, and maybe even experienced it firsthand. Cheating can shatter trust, break hearts, and leave scars that last for years. But is it always a deal breaker? Can a couple overcome infidelity and rebuild their relationship? And if so, how? Today, we'll be diving deep into this topic and exploring the many facets of cheating in relationships. So grab a seat, grab your popcorn, whatever you're drinking, and let's get started. So, Clint, my man, there's so many different things we could start out with this, but I'm gonna say I want to talk about not only do I want to talk about cheating, but I want to talk about the different types of cheating. So you have, you can have emotional cheating, you can have physical cheating, and then you can even have what they now call online cheating. You know what I'm saying?
They've been calling it online cheating.
That's like a new one. So
It's a thing.
No,
it is a thing.
it goes back to web TV.
Damn, web
Online
TV.
cheating.
Woo!
Yeah, that's how far back that goes.
All right. So, I guess, have you ever? What do you think about emotionally cheating?
Wow.
Or out of the three, pick one and just tell us, whatever you want to talk about. Has it happened to you? Have you done it to someone else? Has anyone ever told you you've done that to me?
Well, I've been accused of online cheating.
Just accused, right?
Yeah, just accused because I wasn't no fool. Online is online. You don't know everybody.
And
And
screenshots are a thing.
yeah, and I learned the hard way about the online thing. So, um, and when you meet somebody online and you start to develop something, but you remain online because you have friends that you kick it with or whatever, then it becomes, oh, you're cheating and you're trying to do this and you're trying to do that. Almost like the mobile phone texting. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I've been through that online cheating thing. Oh, you're cheating. You're talking to her, and that's cheating. And I'm not doing anything physical or anything like that, or talking out of the way. Just normal conversation.
So you didn't feel like that was cheating?
No, I didn't, because I wasn't trying to meet them, and I don't think they were trying to meet me.
So Jenny, let me just ask you: Do you think, given what Clint just now said about the online thing, let's just get right to that. Like, how would you feel about that if you were dating Clint?
So, as a woman, there are certain things that we look for. If you are liking pictures, like every single picture, we are starting to think that you have ideas, right? So that is like a red flag. We're also thinking that if you send messages for every picture, or you send DMs, or you ask them how their day was, or to me, the only person you should be having daily conversations with like that should be me. And if you're having a conversation that I'm not aware of, then that kind of, I mean, I'm not going to say it's actual cheating, because I know that people do get bored in their relationships and they look outside of it and they talk to people, and sometimes it's not necessarily that they have an intention to get with the other person. They just want to explore or talk to other people, right?
They're entertaining themselves.
They're entertaining themselves, right? But that is where we're going to talk about what is fair play. So am I allowed to like everybody that I see? Am I allowed to send DMs as well? Am I allowed to comment on pictures? Am I allowed to follow men with, hard bodies, same like you're following women with big butts and big boobs? You gotta tell me what the rules are, because I can play within the rules.
Okay. Lynnette, do you also agree from a woman's perspective with what Jenny J just now mentioned? Like, is it a thing of where if you're doing that, how would you feel if I just started doing it too? Like, is that your thing? Are you gonna play along, or?
Here's my thing. Tell us what car we driving in, baby. So, if we're driving in a car, then I'm gonna drive the speed limit you drive. So if you're telling me this is what I define as cheating, appropriate and acceptable for this connection, then that should be for both of us. It can't be a double standard where you're like, oh, well, I can do this, and I'm not gonna do nothing. I don't want to meet this person. But then you see, a guy like my picture, and you like, why he liking all your pictures? Like, why he is that? Nah, if it's good for you, it is good for me, and that is the standard that we have for each other. But I will say this: different things bother different people, and I'll admit, I really don't care if my guy is liking pictures, but for every picture you like, you better keep a count, like 2 of mine. If you out here liking little girls' 97 pictures all filtered up, then you better be putting the heart eye emojis under mine, like, dang, babe, my babe, Dr. Babe, like, you hype me up. If you don't be out here, my issue has never been, a man like communicating online. But if you have the energy and the bandwidth to hype somebody else up and validate somebody else and tell somebody else how beautiful they are, then I shouldn't be lacking any of that. And if I am, then we need to have a conversation, because you clearly can do it because you're doing it. So why aren't you giving that to me? You clearly got with me because you thought something positive about me. I would hope you were attracted to me. So if you find that you want to entertain yourself by gassing up or complimenting a woman that is not somebody you are interested in, and you're not doing that with me, then I have some questions.
All right. So, hey, Clint. So let me ask you this. So if the girl that was in that relationship or another girl, if she was doing the same thing, like, how would you feel about that? If she was online and she was liking, like, she was just, like you said, quote unquote, just talking to other dudes.
Well, remember, when you meet somebody in the club, that's how it goes. So if you meet somebody online, that's how it goes. So you have to be open. If you're looking for that traditional, then what you doing online?
Right.
You know what I mean? If you're looking for a traditional relationship, you're looking for that one. I don't think online is the best place, but people do it. But like I said, when you meet online, you do what they do online. And like I said, it's a trust thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know about, because in the age where we're adults and we're busy and we have jobs and we're not clubbing anymore.
Right.
I don't necessarily think that, meeting somebody online, like you said, if you meet in the club, like, I'm online, I'm at my, my 6-figure job. I'm online because I don't want to send in this report before 4:00.
But for you, that's cool. But
right.
When you meeting online, you meet online, you meet
well,
people.
Do you mean like dating online?
People, yeah, but when you meet somebody in the club, you can't expect them all of a sudden, because they got with you, to stop going to the club.
So yeah, but do you mean
Right.
a dating app?
Like you mean
or
a
do
dating
you
app or like
mean,
social media?
Yeah.
Either or.
Cause
Okay.
I met my husband on social media. Like
Social media is a little different
yeah, that's
than
what I said. I met my
online.
husband through
Yeah.
Facebook. I mean, we're not married anymore, but I met my ex-husband on social media.
Right.
We did have mutual friends that we were personal real life friends with. He had expressed an interest in me. And I don't know how we became Facebook friends. He clearly friended me because I don't friend people. But the last two people I've dated, I met on Facebook through like a mutual friend. So it wasn't like I was just in everybody's DMs and they were in everybody's DMs. That was just our mode of communication because that
Right.
was the easy connection. So I think that's a little bit different than
No, well,
I agree with you. The dating apps.
Yeah.
But if you're on the dating app, shouldn't you be clear about what you're looking for? Like, hey, I'm on this
You
dating
got
app
to
to
be
look
crystal clear.
yeah.
You need to be
Or I'm
crystal
on
clear.
here looking for a partner. I'm being intentional. I'm looking for a partner. So like this one guy told me, like, look, I'm looking to bumble you. Okay, well, unbumble me then. So he was looking for somebody that would make him want to delete the app. So
Right.
if you are doing that and you still entertaining women in the app, then what we doing? Because you said that you were looking for somebody serious.
Right.
So you're right. I
But,
take
but when the computer thing and all this was starting, the web TV and all that, that's where, the club type thing comes in at. Because back then, everybody was online just meeting people, not seeing faces. You're just going by what they're saying or whatever picture they might upload. And it may not even be them at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So now things are a little different now with Facebook and everything, FaceTiming and all that. It's a big difference now.
But I guess that wouldn't be cheating anyway, though, because I feel like if I'm on a dating app and we're just getting to know each other, then I wouldn't even have access to know if you're talking to anybody. I think more so like if you and me have established that we are moving forward in a serious commitment and your expectation is exclusivity from me, then I should be able to expect exclusivity from you. However, I don't think cheating is a deal breaker to answer that question, but I do believe that people need to be very transparent. So if you a guy that know you can't be faithful, you would do better to find a woman to be like, look, baby, I'm a good man. I'm gonna give you what you need. You ain't gonna want for nothing. I'm gonna need a couple hall passes. Is that okay with you? And some women will be like, look, don't have nobody coming to me as a woman. Don't have no girl thinking she got a role. Don't get no guilty conscience and tell me. Go do you. I ain't gonna check your phone. I ain't gonna do it. Like, I'm not the check your phone type of girl. I'm not checking your phone. The last time I checked somebody's phone, I ain't eat for a week. I ain't never doing that again. So I think that you have to be honest with a person if you are not interested in a single one-on-one relationship. And this world of poly and everything else, there's enough people that you can get with that will agree to whatever dynamic you choose. I think it becomes a deal breaker when you are trying to manipulate a certain situation from that person that you're not willing to reciprocate. So you want them to be faithful to you, and you would feel some kind of way if they did something, but you out doing what you want to do. Like I tell people all the time, it ain't the single man that's embarrassing out here. It's these married men. And I'm like, y'all make marriage look not that attractive because I get so many married men in my inbox. And the first thing they say is, oh, my marriage boring. Get a divorce. Like, so it's like
he's looking for an STD.
Oh, you're right. Hey, you got a whole wife and kids, and you just out here DMs trying to create situations, and so I think that's the deal breaker. When
something to do, just for the people that didn't catch last week.
Yeah, that's all he's looking for, something to do, and he's looking for somebody to co-sign that.
I just don't want anybody to think that they was going to go to the net to get STD. Right. The classic term STD.
Yeah, something to do, people. I'm sorry if you haven't been with the show from the beginning. STD means something to do, and not just sexually.
So, but let me ask you this though, because we where we're at right now is we fast forwarding from online, and let's just say you do meet up with this person and then y'all actually do, go to a hotel or whatever, or wherever you're gonna do it at, and do the physical cheating. Like when you actually cross that barrier from online to just chatting and talking to do the physical cheating. So Lynnette, you were saying that you don't think that that's a deal breaker?
No, I said cheating isn't necessarily a deal breaker for me, but I need to. It depends on the circumstance. So here's the thing. Some women gonna hate me on here, but let's just be real. We human. Men are very visual creatures, and men don't multitask well. So when they are frustrated or a need isn't met, it is very easy for them to be like, what's going on over here? And on the flip side for women, because we ain't gonna just throw the men under the bus, women are emotional creatures. So when we're not getting our emotional needs met, it's easy for us to find ourselves in the arms of a guy to be like, if I had you, I would never do you like that. So my thing is, it's not just a black and white answer for me. First of all, if a person cheats on me, I want to first understand why did it happen, because I know what kind of woman I am. You're not being denied sex. You're not being not pampered. You're not having a person who arguing back and forth with you all day. So if you're cheating, is it because you're missing something, or is that just who you are? Because if you're missing something, or I dropped the ball somewhere, and that's not making an excuse for their behavior, but it's realistic, people, you can feel neglected, then we can talk about it. We can heal from it. I have seen many couples heal from infidelity and come back and be stronger because of it. But if you're telling me I just can't have one woman, you wonderful, and I've had a man tell me you wonderful, but I just can't do it, then that's a deal breaker for me. And it's not even because I'm a jealous person. It's because, one, I don't like to share. I'm a Leo. And two, I'm way too old to be getting STDs I can't get rid of or taking pills. I'm just too old for all of that. And so I feel like if you just feel like you have to cross the line into sexual activity, but when I said cheating is not a deal breaker, like I'm not about to leave my man because he flirting with some girl in a DM and having some borderline conversation. I'm about to clown you. Like, dang, you need some water? You need me to go buy extra bottles of water? You seem awful thirsty. Like, I'm going to make you feel bad, but I'm not going to leave you for that. But sex, to me, it ain't a safe world out here. So sex is a deal breaker for me.
So, Jenny, you were saying if somebody likes, pics, that's a red flag for you. So, so what happens if they actually go the full distance and
go
into physical cheating?
So here's what I'm saying. Cheating is actually a result of a bigger problem in the relationship. There's something happening that's a bigger issue. So if I were to say to you, hey, it's okay, people make mistakes, let's get back together, I promise you it's going to happen again. So either we're in an open relationship, right? I go do and you go do, we all come back and we do, or we are in a monogamous relationship. So at that point, there are things we're going to have to find out. What is actually wrong? What are you missing? Do you want to have more experiences outside of the relationship? Do you want to be single? Do you, is there something in the relationship that I'm not meeting a need that you have? Right? And so from there, that's where, so I wouldn't say physically cheating is the problem. I would say it's the result, it's what's happening in the relationship that is the problem, right? Is the problem, because think about this. If you're in a monogamous relationship with somebody and they're actively going outside of the relationship and having relations with other people, you're the only one in the being monogamous. The other person isn't. So that says that he wants or she wants something else, right? As Lynnette said. Go ahead.
That gets stressful, I situationed with somebody like that before. And it was like, I knew they were sleeping with a lot of people. And I just was like, you know what? I'm not about to keep running back and forth to the doctor every 30 days because I don't know how responsible they are being.
Right.
And that's what it was. It was like every 30 days I was at the doctor. Probably even my own doctor was like, do you really need this? Because you're stressed out, sis. So
Yeah.
I just, I don't know. If you need to keep going and having sex with somebody else, you're going to have to tell me what's going on. If it's something I'm not doing that you want me to try,
Right.
or something that I don't want to do that you just can't live without, like at least give me a choice to be like, you know what, we're not compatible, or let me try it, let me get used to it. But
what about the stress of it
open
all?
sex with multiple people.
I mean, but what about the stress of it all? I mean, you say you know that this person is doing something, but they didn't come out and tell you that, you know, they're doing it. You got suspicions, or you've actually found out or heard that they were doing something. I mean, don't you think that that's another aspect of it? It's not just the actual cheating, but I mean, if your friends know this person and then they know that he out there doing you dirty, now you got everyone saying, oh, he ain't no good, you know, this, that, and the other. You got to explain that. So not only do you got to go through this whole ordeal, you got to deal with it every time you get up, you know what I'm saying, and go out and hang out with your boys or your girls or, you know, any of that. So
I think there's a social aspect that goes with cheating. Women are considered not to be able to give him what he wants. You're not doing enough in the relationship.
Yeah.
And then men are considered, if the woman is cheating, to not be able to put it on her right. So there is this whole other emotional thing that goes with it, right? You're not man enough, so she had to go look for another man. You know, you're not doing whatever it is that women do. You're not washing his feet and cooking his dinner. Right.
That other woman mac and cheese better than your mac and cheese.
Right.
I don't know. I have a motto that guys be like, what are you looking for? I'm like, I want to be able to fall in love with somebody without feeling stupid for doing it. Like, who wants to be embarrassed? I'll be honest, I'm embarrassed for a lot of these wives out here who they posting their husbands on social media talking about how happy they are, they king, the head of their household, and your head is in my inbox talking about how much he hates you. And you know, I cut those conversations down. I don't entertain them. But it's just the fact that they even began. I just literally, maybe a week ago, had a husband who is a Christian who has children Snapchat me his private parts. I mean, that's cheating. Your wife wouldn't be okay with that. And so after he did that, you know, because it's somebody I do have to see, I chose not to block them. I just don't open their Snapchats no more. Because I don't want to be surprised with that. I don't want to shake your wife's hand and then know that I saw a part of you that I should never have had access to. That is embarrassing. And here this woman is toting and doting on you, thinking you this amazing person, and you just violating all over the place, and you violating with people who are not even showing you interest. Like, I have never indicated in any shape, fashion, or form that I would be interested. To me, that's still cheating. Like, you are out here searching for something. It wasn't like we had a good conversation and we bonded and you got caught up and you was like, I didn't mean for it to happen. You are soliciting attention, hoping to get a response, and then out of that response, carry it into action.
Have you heard of Ashley Madison?
Yes.
Right. So there's actually, I know you guys probably know, but there's actually a website that is specifically geared towards married people having relationships outside of their marriage. So just like there is,
they swing. They swinging. That's all it is. You just swinging. You just swinging private.
You're swinging.
You swinging privately.
And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think it's nothing wrong with that. If you and your partner want a third party or want to have a little fun or another couples group, that is not cheating. That is called a lifestyle. Right. And I don't yuck anybody's young. If that is what you like to do, I say you live your best life. You only get one.
But don't you think that that's kind of like step one to, you know, this thing is kind of like over with? Because if we're no longer being true or one, you know, monogamous to each other, aren't we kind of saying, I need something else?
But do you think that marriages, after they've been people have been together for a long time, do you actually think that the relationship is now still about romance and love, or is it about we own a couple things that we can't get out of this without losing it?
But I mean, so it could be, but I do think it's so, like, you know, when we were out in, you know, Dubai and
Right.
you know, like, you know how the Muslims live,
Right.
they already have, like, you already know, they have the arrangements. They say, look, you can have multiple wives, like you can have up to 3. People think it's, you know, all these weird numbers, but it's
Right.
it's 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, it's 3.
It's 3.
And but the thing is you're gonna have to be able to financially support wife number 1 while you go out there and do wife number 2. So it's allowed, and wife number 1 might be okay with it because she don't have to give up any of her money, but you got to give up all of yours to her. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So I mean, it's like a mutual type of benefit. So in other cultures, people do go out and they say, hey, you know, you know, it's not that I'm tired of you, but I want to try something different. And they don't necessarily have that thing like in the Western civilization where it's kind of like, I want to get a divorce. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to just go buy another wife.
It's
But
not
it's by
even
income.
Yeah, it's not even about trying anything different. Like, I love that I open my mind to other cultures that talk about this, you know, poly lifestyle and things like that. They believe in community building.
Right.
So true poly relationships aren't, oh, I just wanted to try somebody different. It's, I believe that as a collective, we all come together and have a purpose. And we are building something greater. We are investing. We are doing this. And I know a couple who is a poly relationship, one of the healthiest relationships I know. And they put all their money in a pool. They live in a beautiful home. That is their agreement. That's not cheating. They are all working together. They are all well taken care of. The women all get the quality time that they need from him. And even though that might not be my thing, again, I'm not here to judge anybody's lifestyle. That's not what I ever want to do. They do what works for them, and they work together. And even the 2 girls have their time out where they bond together. And that's a poly relationship. Or you have some women who like, I got a rich husband. I get to live the lifestyle I want. I know he got his little play things over there. We got a budget for him. So he can do his stuff and not go beyond that. Again, that is an understanding that she has a lifestyle that she wants to maintain, and he has a scratch he needs to itch, and he makes that clear up front. Those are not cheating.
So
I may not do it, but that's not cheating.
But when you do the swinging thing and you and your partner are, you know, going out to introduce someone to your intimacy, you know, I mean, I just can't get past the point. Yeah, maybe I'm too Western. I'm just kind of like, I mean, if I'm going to do that with you, it's almost like a loss of respect. You know, I mean, on one hand, I could say it's a loss of respect, but then again, you know, it could be a gain of respect if you're the one that wants to try it and the other person is going to allow you to do it. So I could kind of see both sides, but as a man, I'm just saying, and I say as a man because most men would probably want to, you know, have another, you know what I'm saying, 2 women, right? Isn't that
They
the
say
dream?
that, but as you got the 3 together on a regular basis, and then somebody else starts catching feelings outside of you, it becomes a problem.
It becomes a problem. And that's why I say, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying I want to honor, you know, I want our space that we use, our platform, to always honor different lifestyles, different cultures that maybe I don't understand. And I don't ever want, you know, anybody to think that I would judge a choice. But betrayal is not a choice. Because if you got a lie to do it, you know that somebody is going to be hurt by that truth. And so for me, the cheating isn't the deal breaker. The betrayal is. It's like, you got me out here looking foolish. And now I got to explain myself to my friends, you know, like that no person you love, you should want to humiliate. So that to me is the deal breaker of it all. Like, you really don't care how you got me looking out here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a small world. So now my friends taking pictures of you at a restaurant with another girl, and you talking about that's your sister. And I know all your siblings.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, it's his stepsister from his daddy's side, you know, down the road. So.
I think cousin is the better one because
She was an aunt, now she's a cousin.
So, Clint, are you more concerned about betrayal than cheating? Because what Lynnette was just saying is that she's more concerned about the betrayal. She's like, well, if you're gonna cheat, that might be, tell me why, we might be able to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But she just like, just don't betray me. Like, don't have me out here looking crazy.
I shouldn't find out nothing from nobody else but you. I don't want nobody to come tell me something about my man that got me blindsided. I want to be able to already know. So if it's something you do and I agree to, and somebody tell me, I might not have to tell them I know. I might be like, oh, okay, thanks for letting me know. But I ain't walking home with my heart in my chest. Just be honest with me. Whatever it is, I can handle the truth.
But see, if you're in that sort of a relationship, if they're not upfront, and yeah, you got her out there looking like a fool because one of her friends stepped to her and said, hey, I saw your husband over here, and because she didn't know, now she's sitting there looking stupid, and she's trying her best to look like, oh, I already knew that. I already know about all that. To try to shut her friend down and make the friend look like you should have been minding your business. But that's not the case. So when you take choice away, it even makes it worse.
But do you think this has been happening forever? That this has been happening forever, especially because men were the main breadwinners of the household. So as a woman, even if you knew or you were aware, you would keep quiet. And plus now with social media, it is easier to find out. But prior to this, I went to school with a guy who told me that he met his brother in kindergarten and they were born a couple of days apart. Right?
I mean, cheating has always been around. I ain't trying to throw my uncles and my daddy under the bus, but let's just say those young boys. But I mean, cheating has always been around. This is not a secret. They make movies about it. They made songs about it. Papa was a Rolling Stone. This is not new.
That's what, and you gotta remember, back in the day, you had the man go out, bring home the money, he go do his thing, and she's at home and she knows, because of course she's hearing things and she knows, but again, keeps quiet, stays at home, cooks the dinner, takes care of the kids, he brings home the money, does what he wants. What's that movie? Fences, with Denzel and Viola. A perfect example of that. But she has so much love for him that she took care of another kid, knowing the whole time,
And that's something I've seen that happen. I've seen it happen in real life more than once, where I know a couple. I mean, they're older couple at this point. They're in their 80s, but they have, when they were in their 60s, the husband went and got with a young girl, and the lady went to the girl's house and told her she wants her husband's son, and she took him and raised him as her own, and did not see it as anything. Well, me, I mean, I'd be like, no way am I gonna face this embarrassment of having this, reminder.
What does they call it? The break baby, when we talk about Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. And again, I don't have any judgment for what people make as their choice. I think you need to establish what the deal breakers are up front.
Right.
And that is a mistake I'll never make in a relationship again. Right at the very beginning, you need to say, hey, these are my deal breakers. 1, 2, 5, whatever. 10, whatever they are. These are my deal breakers. These are not negotiable for me. And is this something you think is sustainable for you?
Do you think as a relationship progresses, a 10-year, 20-year relationship progresses, do you think that people have the right to revise the deal breakers?
Absolutely, because I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Because you're growing.
And it could be a pick me statement, whatever people want to call me. But like, if I done built a life with my husband and we've been married 20 years and we living in Buckhead in our mansion, and we live a good life and we have our family and he happens to cheat for whatever reason it is, we're gonna talk about it. I'm not about to sit up here and lie on this platform and tell people I'm leaving my husband because of that infidelity. We might have to figure this out. I'm not gonna uproot my whole life. Like I said, if we're generally happy. But see, the problem comes where the men who want to cheat want to drag you through hell too. Now you ain't about to send me through the pits of hell, give me PTSD, give me, mess up my pH balance, humiliate me by being on
Right.
dating apps, try to talk to my friends, tell me you don't want me, then tell me you do want me, leave, come back. Like, you're not about to do all that and cheat on me too. You're gonna have to pick a struggle, baby. But
Listen, all I know is there's some women right now with tears in their eyes right now. They're like, "Oh no,
Well,
no, she didn't." They,
public service announcement for men. Public service announcement for men. If you will have multiple people, right, and you're doing it in the raw, it does impact the woman you're with, or both women.
See, and I didn't even think about that, because so even if you're okay with it, it's kind of like, well, is this person using protection? Like, did you talk about it? Because when after I got divorced and I went down to the clinic to get a test,
Let's go. Yeah.
she gave me a whole bag. Like, she gave me a little shopping bag full of condoms. She gave me 2. I took the HIV test, but she gave me 2 self-home kits as well. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's kind of like she was already, prepping me to, like, say, hey, strap up out there, because it's a dangerous world out there. You know what I mean? So
listen, don't nobody want to keep being on antibiotics to be with their boo.
Antibiotic. It's
right.
needles.
I can't do all that. So my thing is this. If you want to have sex with multiple people, like, you need to communicate that so we can figure out what that looks like, or if I would even agree to it. And even bigger than that, like I said, if you cheating on somebody, to me, like, how you gonna be a bad boyfriend and cheat? I'm gonna have to be a pampered princess. So I could be like, well,
no, you
he's
just
a good man, Savannah.
He's
a good
man.
Good man, all right. Yeah, he's good.
Now, what would happen if your man cheated and he came and said you caught something?
That's it.
Lynnette, so then what?
That's it.
Say y'all, you had the discussion, like you said. Okay, tell me where you at.
That's the discussion. You bring me something bad. If you survive that incident with me, because I got a lot to lose, I don't want to go to jail. You got to pack your stuff. So you better, if you gonna be out here like that, you better do it accordingly. Because it's already gonna be, you got one time, and I don't care what it is, not trichomonas, not chlamydia, not HIV, nothing, not even bacterial vaginosis, not even PV. You bring me anything back, because now that's let me know that you don't even care. You just out here just doing any old thing.
Oh,
so I never know, because it's not like it's not like the ones that are out. I mean, it's not like the streetwalkers are probably more healthy than some of these ones that sitting in the high end, bars that look, presentable to mom.
Have them?
You know what I mean? So, I mean, you can't tell. The disease don't discriminate. It don't know what you're doing.
Well, you better be making good decisions. You better be doing. I forgot what.
But that's my point.
I forgot what celebrity it was. I wish I could remember. But he was like, that him and his wife have an agreement. But and I really wish I could remember. I do not remember. I was watching some reality show a long time ago. But him and the wife made their alternative partners take STD tests before they ventured into sexual relationships with them. And it's worked for this couple. I'm not saying that's my story. I'm just saying that there are scenarios in which it does work.
So here lies the problem. And I think people have to be real. If there's a holiday, you're spending it with your significant other. So that means that the other person, and it's been all over the news with the coronation that Camilla is the side chick that won, right? But what I'm saying is you're spending time away from the other person. That other person must have a backup person. and that person has a backup person as well, because you can't, unless you're all gonna, have a house where everybody lives there and they're all together
Right.
during certain times of the year, or even, I mean, it's gonna be a problem.
And here's the thing. Let's just keep it real. Can we really pull the elephant into the room? Like, or pull the elephant out the room, whatever they said. Let's call out the elephant in the room. Most people, or I can say most men, because I don't date women. I don't know what women do. Y'all can tell me. But most men who cheat do not. They be neglecting the primary partner, and she feels so betrayed because she like, how you doing all this with her, but you won't even do that with me?
Mhm.
Like, I remember one time, I ain't gonna call him out in case they watching the show. He already hate me, but he know who he is. We sitting up there scrambling. He telling me he ain't got no money. We putting together quarters to get a hot and ready from Little Caesars, that old cardboard pizza. I'm like, I'm standing by my man. I'm a stick beside him. I'm ride or die. And he in his email planning a dinner to Papa Do's with another girl. So you
oh my gosh,
Papa Do's.
Papa Do's. She gets steak and lobster, and I'm up here eating pizza, and then we only eating 2 slices because we gotta ration it out the last 2 days. Now I got a problem, So he would do things for other women that he wasn't even doing for me. And I'm like, has it ever occurred to you that if you're this dissatisfied in this relationship, if you did any of those things with me, then maybe you wouldn't have to cheat? Like, I'm over here feeling neglected. I'm pulling money out of couches. I'm taking money out of pockets when I'm doing laundry, and I'm scrambling by trying to be a good woman. And you out here spoiling and giving other people the princess treatment, but then coming back and saying, "Well, I don't feel loved at home." You ain't give me time to. I'm the maid. You got to take the job off my table.
But it could be. It could be that. It could be that after a while, you're maybe just a little bit going different ways. She may be taking on a new project at work, and he don't have nothing to do because he had all his time for you. Now your time is at work. More time is at work, less time at home. So now he's trying to figure out what to do. He's not purposely trying, but it happens. And then, you start getting into things that you didn't know you liked. And then,
but that's when you talk about it.
Yeah, but then his girl, whether he brings it to her or not, she doesn't like these things. So now what does he do? Does he do it on his own and keep doing it? But he likes it so much that he wants to do it a lot. But then she's crying about him doing it a lot.
But
because she don't like it.
But here's the thing. I'm not talking about those situations where there's not active communication. We're talking about situations where you really just don't like your partner no more, but you kind of a coward. You don't want to let her go because you know she a good woman. And so you're going to go out here and do what you want to do and then drag her through the pits of hell under the guise that she's supposed to meet you where you at and love you and better for worse if y'all married, whatever it is. When realistically, if you invest it, if you mow your own lawn and water it, it will be just as green. So I'm not talking about people who are like, you know what, I feel neglected. We done got this 5-year itch because marriages that happen. I'm realistic. Like I said, cheating isn't necessarily a deal breaker for me. We started to kind of neglect each other or not talk to each other about our likes or our icks, like things that bother us. And like I said, I know I'm unique. I am not a very jealous person at all. And that's probably my problem. I'm like, meh, okay. But if you are disrespecting me in terms of not making me feel loved and appreciated, but you're showing me you know how to do this with other people, then you really got to be honest with yourself. Are you with me because you're selfish and you just don't want to let go? Or are you genuinely just unable to settle down? Or is there a need not being met that if we communicate, you can remove this other person out the picture? Or let's just be real. Did you fall in love with somebody else? Because that's possible too. And you really vibing this person and you don't want to hurt me. But at the same time, you want to explore this experience with them. Sometimes we just got to pull our selfishness off the table and just be honest and be like, you know what? I know I thought I was going to be with you forever, but I really like this person and I don't want to cheat on you. So I'm going to go in another direction. And yes, that hurts, but humiliation hurts too. So I just think you got to, I think it's not linear. I don't think it's just, oh, you cheated on me. It's over. It's done. I know some women, they like, it's not negotiable at all. But one, I need to know the nature of our relationship, what we've agreed to, what the cheating is. Is it talk? Is it emotion? Is it sex? And then two, is this a continued behavior? Is it something you need to do? Or is this something where our relationship had a break and we didn't communicate well? And so now we need to talk it out and you can eliminate this person in an appropriate way. And if you can't, then we got to talk about that. But it's not black. I don't think it's a black or white thing. I don't know. Jenny, what did you think? You're another woman here.
But do you think that you can, after somebody cheating, they can eliminate this person?
That depends on the person.
Right.
And let me go on record. I have never cheated on a partner.
Mm-hmm.
I've never cheated on a partner because when I love you, listen. I love you. You the king of my world. Ain't nobody better than you. I be in love with my man. Like I don't have casual sex. I don't sleep around. I don't want multiple partners. So even when I'm in maybe situationships, that is the only person I'm with. So I'm not speaking from an experience of like I want other men, but I have brothers and I have male friends that do give me that perspective. And so I don't know what it's like. I'm never honestly going to be a cheater. Because I be wanting my person. When I got my person, that's all I want.
So my thought is, and I can only speak from how I am, and I'm probably a jealous person. I must say that. For example, most likely.
Don't be calling my friend out.
I'm just saying, don't use words.
I am a jealous person. I cannot share. I'm not good at sharing. Didn't learn in kindergarten.
Right.
So here lies the problem. The problem is we're talking about me thinking about you engaging with another person and me engaging with you and considering how do I measure up? Was it better? Is it worse? Am I not doing what I needed to do? Are you still doing it? Do you see what I'm saying? So if I were to say we're okay, and again, there are things that are involved. Income. Do we really want to, if we're married, do we really want to break up our happy home because you made you did a one night stand? Do you really want to do that? Also, you have to consider what kind of person you're with. Is this the type of person who is your soulmate? Is this somebody who you really want to spend the rest of your life with, and they make a mistake or they did something that, And another thing is that men in particular have sex like eating a hamburger. Okay, so it's a different concept for us. It's like, oh, that was good. I liked it, but I don't have to eat it again. So when a man cheats, he doesn't necessarily have an emotional tie like we do. Yeah. So he may not be in love with her, but he might be in love with you. Yeah. But I'm saying, you got to get honest with yourself. Am I able to sit here every single day and look in your face? Are you going to have to show me every text message? Give me access to your Gmail? What is this? How are we going to recover from this? How are we going to build back the trust? So if he's willing to do the work and I'm willing to do the work, let's do the work.
Yeah.
That's important.
And I'm gonna put it on record with Jenny. Like, I'm not a jealous person, right, but I would prefer you not to cheat on me and just ask me for what you want. Because I really am that type of girlfriend, baby. You want blonde,
right?
You want saucy. You want me to be submissive. You want me to put in some heels. I can do it all. So I feel like I'm too flexible to cheat on. Like anything, and I don't deny. I'm not the girl that holds sex against you when I'm mad. Like, it's no reason to cheat on me. If you want to do it every day, we can. Lunch break, it don't matter. I'm going to do it. So if it's just about, like, sex or conversation, tell me what you need, baby. You want me to text you in the middle of the day, talking, sending you some pictures that you got to hide your phone for? I will do all of that. So I think I'm just too dope of a woman. Like, why would you?
Yeah. You know what, too? This is something that because I have, I guess, from my years of being here, I've realized that men in particular want to be seen as your savior, your rescuer. They want to be respected. They want to be revered. when they're in a long-term relationship with somebody who knows the ins and outs of who they really are, right? They have a hard time feeling revered by that person. And so lots of times if you ask men why they cheated, they will say, she made me feel. You see what I'm saying? So if I were to say anything about cheating, you have to consider the type of interactions you've had. And when you have children, you have bills, you probably have less interactions of where he is, the king of the hill, as to where he's a slob. He doesn't pick up anything. He doesn't take care of the kids. He doesn't. So he's having those negative feedback. And then he goes outside of the relationship and he's getting a lot of positive feedback.
Validation.
Right. No, she is not paying 50% of the bills. She's not taking care of the children. She's not doing car rider, and she's not going to work. He's paying all her bills. He's taking care of her. Do you see? And so I feel like as women, we have to get to a point where we say, if you want me to be traditional, some of these things that I have to do, you have to take it off my plate. Does that mean that we employ somebody? Do you want high heels and, do you want a corset? Well, that means that we gotta employ somebody to put the kids to bed, that I can put this outfit on.
I think it's important to just implement. Like, I'm a big fan.
Holy shit! Does that not sound like somebody was trying to get help in the house anyway?
You know what I'm saying? It's like, whoa.
I'm just saying. Any excuse to do.
She put all her shit out there. She's like, yo, look, here's my list. Here's my list. Since we
get the nanny, and I'll be your nanny.
I tell you what, since we all going on the record though, you know what I'm saying? You cheat on me, you know what I mean? I'm just like, at the end of the show, I'm out of here. It's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like Biggie, I'm gonna date myself here. Like in that One More Chance video, we got like a whole handful of clothes and just like tossing that shit out the window because Faith cheated on him. That's me right there. I'm gonna be dramatic with it. You know what I mean? You burned me once. You know what I mean?
Hey,
that cuts
deep.
That
happened to me now.
That's it. It happened to you.
That's not fun.
I feel
find out they pulled everything in the house before I got back.
Oh, okay. It happened to you in that way. All right.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah,
I feel you, B-Box. I mean, Jenny, I'm with you though. Like I think though, when I am in a relationship, one of the things I believe I'm good at, or I've been told I'm good at, is I really do hype up my partner. So he'll call and I'm like, oh, why you so handsome? You
nice.
Look good. Or I'll send up a picture like, oh, I miss you. She miss you. Like I'm going to hype them up and make them feel that I'm still as attracted to them as I was when I met them. Mm-hmm. And I'm a spoiler. Like, I'm by nature. I think Leo women, we love to spoil and cater to our men anyway.
Right.
But we just gotta figure out that thing.
Aren't
like,
you a Leo, Jenny?
Yes, I am.
Leo women, we love to cater, but we just gotta sometimes balance. Like, girl, that ain't your man. So go back on the catering. But we love to pour into our man. We are very sensual creatures, and so we want to pour into you anyway. We are flirtatious. We are very sensual. So that comes natural to us.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We're natural flirts.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We are jealous people. I think I just stopped getting jealous because I got hurt so much. So I was like, you know what? Not care.
Just let it go.
That's right.
Only you can hear me, Lynnette, right now. You got to move to.
You opened your mind to that part.
The call to action. Only you can hear me.
Oh yeah. Call to action.
So this is my call to action. So I love that we always end with a call to action. And I think what is important is not to ask whether cheating is a deal breaker, because the four of us can't decide that for a couple. What I challenge people to do, because that's what we're all here about, right? On Grown and Social, is to sit down over this next week with your partner that is actually your man or your situation or your friends with benefits, whatever he is, she is, and say, hey, what are our deal breakers? Because I want to make sure that we are respecting each other and that we're honoring each other and whatever this situation is. And then deciding, like, I challenge somebody to be honest. And if you want to cheat, be honest and be like, look, I'm just out here. Or if you know that you want more, and you in a situation saying, hey, I know we seeing other people, but I want you to be monogamous. Like, I really challenge people to communicate with their person this week and seeing if you're on the same page. It's called brave dating. And I think that the key to more successful relationships is being brave and really saying what it is you want at the risk of that person not giving you what you want, but at least then you can make your decision. Like, oh, I know the answer. I know what we're saying. Jenny just said, look, if you go, I don't like to share. You told me that you golden corral. You got the light on, everybody in line. She already knows she can go. So I just want to challenge people to do that. If we communicate better, I promise you'll find the person that fits what you want to do, and then that other person can find a person that fits what they want to do, or you'll find out that both y'all on the same page, and y'all can do what y'all need to do without having to sleep or feel guilty about it.
All right. That was great.
Yes, wonderful.
Clint, you got any final words for the cheaters out there? You got any advice?
Stop taking their choice away. Just ask.
Let me
Yep.
choose.
You want to say, if that's what you want to do and that's not what they want to do, then find you somebody that wants to do what you want to do. That's how you get along.
Give me free. Give me free.
That's it.
Jenny J. anything
All
you
I
wanna tell
can
the
say,
people?
all I can say is, if you find yourself cheating, I think you have to start thinking, what do I need to do? What kind of work do I need to work on myself? Because cheating is a kind of, it's not only a betrayal, but it's a kind of dishonesty that says something deep about who you are and your insecurities, and a lot more. Cheating is a lot more than just being with somebody else. It says something about you and how you function as a person, and how insecure you are that you have to seek validation from other people.
Yeah.
So look into yourself. Think about it and find help.
All right. So I guess what I'll say here to wrap it up is, ladies, if you cheat on your boy Beatbox, expect to get everything you own tossed out in the middle of the street. You know what I'm saying? Expect a big ruckus. It's gonna be a big thing in the neighborhood. Everybody's gonna know about it. He's gonna be pissed. You
He's
know what I'm
not
saying?
running out there to get it back in the house. I'm telling you.
It's gonna be a wrap. And for my ladies, I just want to say, if you're out there and you're cheating, I think there's a song out there right now my kids listen to all the time. You know what I mean? Just don't bring them back to the house. You know what I mean? Just don't bring
Oh
them back
my
to the house.
gosh.
See, that's why I'm enjoying the single life, because I get to go to bed at night and I ain't got to worry about what nobody texting nobody. I don't have to worry about who you talking to when you click over talking about that's my daddy. I I just get to do nothing. Like, on my phone. Listen, what is this having standards thing? It's a lonely journey, but it's so peaceful.
Mm.
And
It
that's
is
what's at the end
alone.
of the rainbow. A whole lot of peace of mind.
I got a peace of mind. Look, I ain't dropped a tear over nobody's son,
There you go.
Mm.
and that feel great.
I
And with
know that's
that,
right.
we are gonna be out of here.
All right. Holla at your people.